Et bonjour tout le monde. Alors, hop. Voilà, ça devrait être plus intéressant maintenant. On se retrouve aujourd'hui pour une petite fin d'après-midi tranquille, on va dire. J'aimerais bien check quand même que toujours comme d'hab le son c'est ok. Ah. Il y a un petit peu de lag. Ouais, en train de galérer, c'est en train de galérer un peu de ce que je vois. Tant que mon retour soit de confirmer que mon retour est bon et puis après on y va. Alors, on s'entendait pas beaucoup le jeu. On va augmenter un peu le son du bureau. Voilà. Ça devrait aller mieux maintenant. On est bon. Je sais pas s'il faudrait que... Enfin, un jour je veux prendre du temps, vraiment, pour faire tous les trucs bien comme ça. J'ai mon retour qui galère par contre, je sais pas si c'est Mako ou des trucs. J'essaie de regarder un deuxième retour pour voir. Faut que je change cette image. C'est... J'ai pas l'impression que ce soit super fluide. Oh, c'est relou. Ça devrait, hein. Ouais. On verra bien ce que ça donnera. Ça tombe, c'est en fait, c'est peut-être la cam qui fout la merde. Alors, du coup, Call of Juarez. Après ces 4 minutes de trucs chiants, je regarde un peu. C'est un jeu. Alors, c'est un jeu qui était offert il n'y a pas longtemps. Donc, si vous regardez les comptoirs, on en a parlé. Enfin, j'avais évoqué juste avant les vacances de Noël. C'est un jeu en fait où on revit des grands événements du Far West. Alors c'est un FPS, j'avais commencé sans PS3, mais bon, ça ils nous l'expliqueront dans le jeu. Bon, ça on verra bien. On verra bien au fur et à mesure. Alors on va faire l'histoire évidemment. Sachant que même l'histoire ça reste très arcade en fait, c'est un FPS dans le western que je trouve meilleur que... On va mettre en mode difficile tout de suite. Je trouve meilleur que le premier Call of Juarez que j'avais fait. J'ai pas fait le 2 ni le 3, le 3 m'intéresse pas du tout. Mais celui-là j'avais trouvé meilleur. Du coup ce sera plus simple à faire sur PC que sur console je pense. Je vais être plus motivé, on verra bien. En tout cas, go, on va voir ce que ça donne.
Don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Ah, well, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawman who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell.
Silas Greaves est arrivé à Abilene en 1910. Il prétendait avoir fait équipe avec Billy the Kid dans son jeune temps. Donc en fait, dans le coup, on va vivre des aventures de Silas. Voilà. Après, est-ce que c'est vrai ou est-ce que c'est pas vrai? Parce que vous allez voir qu'il a tendance à modifier l'histoire. On va voir, c'est assez marrant.
Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking
Je peux vérifier les
Springs.
commandités en français.
I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies.
Alors, par contre,
But before I tell you why I want that son of a bitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, haha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
Ah, j'ai toujours peur quand il y a des embranchements comme ça de rater quelque chose, c'est ouf. Appuyez sur O0 pour consulter les objectifs. C'est là? Non. O? Ah, c'est O. Revenir au repère.
That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
Who's that? Is he with us?
Vous avez gagné de l'expérience en tuant vos ennemis. Cette expérience vous sert à améliorer votre personnage et gagner des compétences.
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast.
J'ai sur marche pour courir.
Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead. I decided to help Billy and the boys out a bit.
Alors, en plus, on va
So that's just what I did. As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
Merde. J'ai pas vu d'où est-ce qu'on tire dessus. Ils sont derrière. Je l'ai. Merde. Ah putain. Oh mais non, je suis trop nul. Oh putain. C'est quand même plus agréable sur le... surcroît. Vous avez gagné un niveau, appuyé sur U pour montrer les compétences. Vous avez un point de compétence à attribuer immédiatement. Choisissez l'un des catégories et à chaque compétence la plus à gauche. Ranger, tir d'élite à longue distance, pistolero. Enfin, ça, on va faire ça. Pistolero, mode 2 revolver. Un revolver dans chaque main, l'heure de la vengeance a sonné. Quand vous maniez un revolver, appuyez sur molette vers le haut ou 3 pour passer en mode 2 armes. Oui. Voilà. Et du coup, si je fais... Voilà, j'ai 2 armes.
Garrett's men were running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off.
Wow. Attends, quoi? Qu'est-ce?
Still, one of them reached the water tower.
Alors, vous pouvez esquiver les tirs mortels que quand votre instinct surveille. Esquiver la balle qu'un mouvement vers la gauche ou à la droite. Donc je pense que si je vais vers la droite, je me prends la balle. Yes, of course. Ah, ça m'énerve ça.
Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed.
En fait, il doit y avoir un sniper quelque part. Hop, attendez. Mon écran qui est devenu tout noir. Ah, voilà. Ah non! Qu'est-ce qui se passe là? Qu'est-ce que tu me fais? On est bon? Oh, les 6 coups, c'est vraiment pas ce qu'il y a de mieux. Je devrais mettre de la concentration.
A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
Normalement, faudrait fouiller les pépites et tout ça. Mais ceux que je trouve, je vais prendre évidemment.
Then, I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you!
Try aiming, you idiots!
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house.
J'ai pas le temps de lire et tout en même temps.
Watch your flank! I cut their numbers in half, but that just made the ones that were left twice as mad. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo.
Ah mais sérieux?
It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house.
J'aurais bien aimé voir si je trouvais d'autres pépites de vérité. Là, on a vu qu'il y en avait 3 récupérées dans le niveau. C'est pas très grave.
And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave.
Deader than a rat in a trap!
And upstairs, I found Billy and Charlie Baldry.
On paie les œufs kits. 21 morts à 21 ans, ça va, c'est rentable comme ratio.
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo! Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
J'adore ces trucs.
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm. I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on coming. That's when Charlie got hit. They're catching us in a crossfire, shouted Billy. Get to the other side.
Ah bon sang, cet écran, il m'énerve. Pourquoi il s'éteint comme ça? Je comprends pas. C'est quand même pratique ce mode ralenti là.
I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. They got a Gatlin, Billy shouted. Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention. He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it? Many would have fled in my place. But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack is just joshing with me.
Yeah, he better be.
Ah,
Mr. Greaves, please continue.
Pourquoi il me fait ces écrans noirs? Et à chaque fois, en fait, on récupère des petits bouts d'histoire. C'est vachement cool. On verra ça tout à l'heure.
Please call me Silas,
C'est quoi
man.
comme autre?
Now, where was I?
Ah bordel! Mais c'est parce que c'est ça qui déconne. Ah d'accord, j'ai un truc qui déconne là en bas. Attendez. Ça devrait être bon.
You were heading for the bar.
Non, c'est pas bon. Ah voilà. C'est peut-être c'était peut-être ça. On va voir si ça va mieux. Qu'est-ce que je dois faire? Oh. Aller chercher les chevaux dans l'écurie. Tiens, est-ce qu'on va monter là-dessus pour voir? F pour éliminer un ennemi auparavant. C'est pas mal ça. Ça, je sais pas ce que c'était.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
C'est pas alors soit je interromps plus prématurément un convient. Capacité armure croisée, résistance au combat rapproché, ouais. La mire ralentit le temps. Ah bah ça c'est bien ça.
And just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up.
You think you can kill me too?
Yes, of course. Ah j'avais une caisse de dynamite. Il y avait un baril de dynamite.
Finally, I had the stables within my reach.
C'est trop bien la musique.
And that's when I met Sheriff
Garrett.
Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
Bon, il a pris maladroit. Pas de Garrett.
You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
Et c'est là qu'on voit les trucs, ce qui est un peu marrant. Régler la... Restez focalisé sur l'ennemi avec la souris. Quand votre adversaire s'apprête à dégainer, appuyez sur clic droit gauche pour faire viser, pour faire de même. Viser et tirer. Ah, raté. Et du coup, c'est pas simple. Je me souvenais plus comment on faisait. Vous étiez focalisé à 80, vous avez agi en 0. Observez attentivement la main de l'ennemi. Ah, d'accord. Focalise.
Killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that penny dreadful said?
Donc ça c'est ce qu'il y a la version du
No,
bouquin.
boy, that ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett.
Ça
Let me
c'est la
start
version
again. I finally reached those
soi-disant la vraie.
damn stables.
Ah bon sang. Et pourquoi tu fais ça? Tu me saoules. Attendez, je réfléchis parce que pourtant j'ai joué. Enfin, le truc a été allumé depuis que j'ai déplacé pour Noël. Mais quand même, ça devrait pas déconner comme ça. Surtout que là j'ai qu'un seul. Bon, on va voir. S'il faut, je. Bah non, j'ai pas envie de trifouiller dans tous les trucs là. J'ai tout installé pour que ça fonctionne bien.
Stepped inside,
J'entre là.
and
Boom.
last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
Une pépite sur 3, ouais.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid.
Pour une poignée de points. Après Stinking Spring, Billy the Kid et Silas Graves ont fini sous les verrous. Voilà, on n'a même pas plus le temps de tout lire. Hein.
It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after.
4 mois après l'arrestation de Silas Graves.
He was with John Kinney's gang. And they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Là, il vient de dire
Why
que
were you
t'as
after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape too. My first order of business was finding a firearm.
Attention, on peut pas ouvrir celle d'en face. Ah mince, raté. Il va y avoir le feu là.
Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun.
Oh, d'accord. On peut couper un homme en deux, bah putain.
I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy? Son of a bitch shot Jim Bell!
Hell yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing. The kids escaped raised a huge ruckus.
Yeah.
Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away! Anybody see him?
Oh.
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but...
Ah merde! Je l'ai raté. Deuxième essai.
Can't believe you keep missing!
C'est chiant parce que...
Some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. Suddenly, I was a fugitive.
How the hell did the kid escape? Garrett's gonna kick our ass! Shit, man!
Sérieux?
Gotten far!
En fait, je vois pas qui peut me tirer dessus. Bah, je peux pas sauter par là. Je sais pas où je dois aller. Bah non. Évidemment. Le début c'était bon, par là. Ah, par là. Pourtant évident.
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever gonna find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there.
Where'd he get you?
I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past. But hell, if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
You hooligans can go to hell.
Question des pépites de vérité, on s'en fout un peu. Oh, j'ai capacité de munitions et des fusils augmentée. Armure du croisé. Distance en moyenne à une balle sur 4. On va prendre ça quand même.
Don't let him get away! I think he's scared! I'm putting you down!
Ah, je l'ai vu en plus.
That's it for you! in town somewhere.
C'est pas par où,
See,
ouais.
me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and coloring. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
You won't get away with this. Stop standing next to him.
Je devrais être tellement mort. Avec tout le temps que j'ai pris.
Get your headstone!
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the
Le pire c'est
ground.
que je les vois mais...
I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me. Hey, I'll flank it!
T'es sérieux? J'ai pris plus de dégâts que lui alors que j'étais plus loin quoi, il était juste de l'autre côté lui. Je suis pas sûr de garder cette arme.
You're threatening the lives of innocent people.
Clairement je la garde pas. Je sais pas si celle-là vaut mieux qu'un colt ou quoi quand même. Pas ça amorti là.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free.
Fusil par carabine. Alors attends. Ça ne manque pas. Ça c'est la même chose. Ah là 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 là. Il n'y a pas de sauvegarde automatique. Je peux pas sauvegarder, il n'y a pas de sauvegarde manuelle.
Hurry in!
So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town.
Je sais pas si ces trucs là c'est genre pour dire d'avancer de pas rester trop longtemps au même endroit, si vraiment il y en a qui...
I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
Bordel. Ils sont où ces gens? Faut voir l'œil, hein, faut les voir. Bah allez, sérieux. Mais... Je sais pas si c'est genre réaliste. Normalement, il me semble que enfin, pour moi c'est plus de l'arcade. Parce que fois j'arrive à faire des sacrés tirs et des fois je suis complètement à la ramasse.
You won't get away with this. I'm here.
Ah, on n'est pas obligé de le faire en entier, on n'est pas obligé d'attendre qu'il soit totalement chargé pour le faire. Et ça c'était...
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Well, sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. Hello, Bob, I said. I think you better let me go. And he says, I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun. So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Et la position de votre main avec Q et D pour dégainer plus vite. Vous pouvez dégainer dès que vous entendez votre cœur battre, mais vous aurez commis un acte déloyal et votre score en souffrira. Raté. Aïe aïe aïe. Mais la focalisation est dégueulasse. Il y a un truc qui va pas. Il y a un truc que je fais pas bien. Bon bah je pense que je vais le faire parce que je pense que j'ai pas le choix vu que ça doit être un espèce de tuto. Donc on va faire en mode déloyal et puis c'est pas grave. J'ai pas compris. J'ai pas compris. Vous avez réagi en 0 secondes. Je pense que je vais galérer. Allez!
He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Mais je comprends pas.
Some say I fought unfairly. they weren't the ones looking him in the eye that day.
Oui.
Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
Chasseur de primes qui fait des rabais, quoi. Bonne idée.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for old man Clanton. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There!
I did my best to help those poor passengers. Moments later, the attackers were dead. And I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did. Appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on, were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to find my way past these other assholes first.
Hard to hit a moving target!
Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim.
Comment je fais?
Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
I'm done with you. He's getting away!
I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this.
Mais non. C'est trop con.
I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going.
Ouais, c'est que là, si je saute, je vais encore mourir. Enfin, je vais tester quand même, mais... J'étais mort la première fois. Passe.
And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Bat Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know.
Ça c'était le destin. J'ai un peu de tout.
And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo.
Choisir un dynamite. Ah, juste pour lancer.
That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack.
Oh.
I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds.
Where's he going?
Fuck this thing.
It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
Bon, si je me souviens là, bien là, par contre, il y a des snipers. Ouais.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, "Clanton, I'm coming for you!" A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun. Damn, I gotta reload.
Pas où aller. Allez.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
Non mais... Pardon. J'ai plus de munitions. Merde. Merde. Je vais mourir. Je l'ai pas vu. Putain. Il faut que je regarde combien j'ai de munitions, j'ai pas vu non plus. 4, ouais. 30. 5. Ah saloperie, putain, j'en ai 2 en plus. Témoigner la compétence Akimbo pour manier les 2 armes de poing. J'ai déjà fait ça. Allez. Comment je fais ? Oh bordel de merde. Ah non. Aïe 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 aïe. Faut que je prenne mon colt en plus parce que... Non, c'est là, ça n'a absolument eu aucun effet. Ça va être nul. Peut-être que j'ai encore des... Oh, mais...
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Aucune pépite. Pas de duel dans ce niveau. OK Corral. C'est... Règlement de compte à la Syrie. J'étais plus ou moins là quand je sur ma partie précédente.
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo.
Qu'on refait pas OK Corral.
I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. But first I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Herb's coming!
Get ready, boys.
Ah, sérieux. Mais...
Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise.
Sérieux?
And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge. So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil.
Je sais pas si... non, si... Du coup, je vais certainement le refaire après en difficile ou quoi. Et je sais pas si on garde l'expérience acquise.
Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Is that one of Wyatt's boys?
On verra bien. Ça c'est jamais bon signe. Voilà.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the Cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself.
Niveau supérieur. Ça permettait de quoi faire? Recharger en courant. Ça c'est pas mal. Regardez, capacité de munitions pour les fusils augmentée. Transporter encore plus de balles pour les fusils. Et ça c'est pourquoi? Cartouche, capacité de cartouche et dynamite augmentée. Transporter encore plus de balles de carabine. Ouais, carabine, je m'en fous. Par contre ça je veux bien. Et ça, je prendrai ça après.
But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
I can kill you with either hand.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken.
That Lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Je bien aimé croiser Doc Holliday.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal? Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
Elles sont où les pépites de vérité en vrai? Vous n'avez que une qui m'était montrée? Bon après c'est pas le run, donc je vais les chercher. Découvrir l'histoire bien.
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
Le gang des cowboys.
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Eh ben... Ça, il y a pas mal de munitions qui traînent un peu partout. Ouais, je suis sûr que je retirais dessus. Ah mais...
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
Par rapport peut-être à comment les armes... Pourquoi ça fait ça? Comment les armes étaient précises par rapport à ça? Je sais pas. Oh là là. Allez, cours. Un peu inondé on dirait hein.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly
consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Ouais, il m'avait fait galérer sur cette situation. On a console. Enfin, en fait, c'est de labyrinthe chelou là. C'est le canon. Pas le canon.
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Non, ivrogne, il y a rogne. Ah, quelle horreur. C'est nul. Enfin, j'ai eu la lumière. Attendez. Allez.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Ah.
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
Chaud.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Eh ben, c'était moi,
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
L'homme fort, l'homme d'action, l'homme à abattre, Johnny Ringo.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Je sais pas comment ça fonctionne, j'arrive pas à comprendre le truc, j'ai pas envie d'être déloyal tout le temps. Et là j'ai ma vitesse qui a baissé en...
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Non mais... Vous êtes localisé à votre vitesse maximum. Vous arrêtez quand vous êtes dans des... Mais vous êtes un lâche. Mais j'ai pas envie d'être un lâche. Ou alors je serais un lâche tout le temps en fait.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Non! J'arrive pas. Pour les duels. Lorsqu'un duel est à l'esprit, avec chaque confrontation peut se régler loyalement de l'un. Dans le premier cas, ne dégainez qu'une fois que l'ennemi fait mine de saisir son arme. Si vous ne vous encombrez pas d'honneur, blablabla. Dans la première phase, dirigez le réticule visé sur votre adversaire. Enfin, au moment opportun, quand l'ennemi s'apprête à saisir votre arme, vous jouez à la loyale, vous dégainez, vous visez et tirez à nouveau. Réflexe d'acier. Plus vous êtes rapide, plus vous marquez des points. Plus tard, vous découvrez une compétence qui permet à votre vieux chasseur de primes, à notre vieux d'esquiver après avoir dégainé. Certains duels sont en fait un ménage à 3. Ah ouais, sérieusement. PLS a kid. De toute façon, on va en apprendre plus sur le western, c'est un bon plan.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Tant pis, je vais être déloyal, mais c'est pas grave. Je les referai en étant loyal plus tard, parce que là, franchement, sinon on va y passer 15
I
000
always
ans.
thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
De toute façon, en soi, c'est un peu déloyal d'attendre qu'il... Je comprends pas comment ils font pour être aussi rapide. J'étais à 77% de ma vitesse.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Vous êtes morts tous les deux.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Mais... En fait, c'est un coup de chance.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Il veut pas tirer en fait. C'est vrai, je comprends pas pourquoi ça tire pas.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Essayez de pas passer 15 000 ans dessus quand même. Oh, t'as vu, il tire complètement à côté. Il y a un truc que je comprends pas dans les trucs de duel.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
J'aurais dû le faire en normal, hein, ça aurait été moins chiant peut-être. Oh bordel!
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo. I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
The Innocents.
Wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Encore juste un duel. Le premier chapitre dans la saga vengeresse de Silas s'est refermé sur la mort de Johnny Ringo et le début d'une sanglante carrière de chasseur de primes pour Silas. Ah, je sais plus
I
si...
knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant, and hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits, and put a generous price on his head.
Il apparaît dans les autres.
Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I
Ah
thought
oui,
I'd
si,
find
c'est là
him.
parce que j'avais vu que je pouvais dégommer les bâtons de dynamite avant qu'ils atterrissent sur moi. Genre, on peut les shooter en plein vol. Ah, il manque pas grand chose avant d'avoir le niveau suivant. 2-3 headshots et c'est bon. Hein.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us. As long as you don't light up a cigar, we're fine.
Yeah, besides, George is up there on the rocks with that rifle of his. Nothing gets past him.
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God made men, but Samuel Colt made them equal.
C'est là. Martelez pour recharger plus vite. Vous jonglez avec les balles, martelez la touche R et plus vite possible. Ah ouais putain. Recharger au fusil en 2 temps 3 mouvements. Et là aussi ça permet de recharger plus vite, remarque. Ah non, ça recharge quand je cours. Ça par contre recharger plus vite. Je vais jamais l'avancer celui-là. Je vais jongler entre ces deux-là, enfin surtout celui-là, parce que finalement... Je comprends pas pourquoi tout n'a pas explosé. Rentrer dans la mine. Ah non, la mine est pas là. Est-ce qu'il n'y aurait pas une pépite de vérité? Ah si. Un chapeau. Milice populaire. Ça me mène où ça? Pas au bon endroit, je pense. Si je prends ça. Ouh, il est sombre le ciel. C'était pas nécessaire. J'ai glissé, chef. Oh putain, là il s'est tordu la cheville, le mec en fait il peut plus marcher. Là.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it.
Bah j'ai déjà je suis plein en dynamite là.
It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in 48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches.
Pas vu.
There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold shipments. Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable.
J'aime bien la musique.
Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's sons. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other.
Oh, j'ai rien vu.
Set up a defensive perimeter, which I had no idea how to breach. Dangerous, desperate individual. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was tough, or had some kind of death wish, seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere. I thought I was some kind of hero. I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense.
J'adore.
It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
Bah allez, sérieux.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell. A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
C'est quoi ce truc? C'est vite. C'est de la récupérer. Ça me semble compliqué. crois que je vais me perdre. Je sais pas du tout où il faut aller. Alors, oui. It's a secret. La recharge se fait vraiment vite là.
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come. With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at.
Ah merde.
All it takes is one tiny spark, and boom.
Alors là, ça craint. Ça craint du boudin.
Surprise!
Motherfucker. On va prendre ça.
I will drop you down a mine shaft.
Bon, je sais pas comment j'ai réussi mon coup.
Come out, you yellow bastard!
Ça fait flipper.
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad blasted tube.
Oula.
I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane.
Oups. J'espère plouf. Whoop, bordel.
It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it. Instead, I spotted a ladder, a way into the mine from the opposite side. It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution. Because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith.
L'écran, voilà, ça faisait longtemps.
Which ain't easy when you're suspended between heaven and hell.
Bah, comment je fais là? J'ai un peu la flip. Je peux pas sauter, hein, c'est hors de question. Si, il faut sauter.
I was determined not to give up.
Oh bordel. Putain mais t'imagines le truc quoi.
That Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged.
J'ai pas vu que j'avais un point. Ah je sais pas trop. Bon je vais quand même me prendre ça.
That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I have made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water.
Mais de où je peux le rater quoi? Mais sérieux?
But first, I would have to make a choice.
Attention.
Take the elevator or climb the ladder.
Pour monter à l'échelle. La pépite de vérité est proche. Ah ouais mais... Oh putain cet écran. c'est cool. Elle est où? Une pépite de vérité proche bas. On va prendre l'échelle. Hein. Bordel. Qu'est-ce que tu me fais toi? Attendez. Bon, en espérant que ça règle le problème. Ah, il est là la pépite. En fait... Oh. Oula. Raté.
I picked the more convenient and more dangerous route.
Bah non, c'est pas plus dangereux en fait. Ah bah non. Alors attends, parce que là, on va y aller.
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserve better.
Nevada City? Well, I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Right, well, he was a sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
J'ai pas débloqué la compétence, mais je fais quand même le truc. J'utilise très peu de dynamite. Hein. Hors la loi, chérie, hors la loi. Gibier de potence, Henri Plumeur. Henri Plumet. Je sens qu'il va me gonfler.
Catch this, you son of a bitch! This thing is just getting worse and worse.
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was going to take some doing.
I can shoot too!
Il faut que j'arrive à dégommer ces putains de bâtons de dynamite. Ah, j'ai réussi à avoir la moitié de toute la vie. Ah, mauvais côté. Mauvais côté. J'étais pas loin. Bordel de merde. Ah.
I'm going all medieval on your ass. You can shoot, but can you aim?
Saoule avec sa dynamite. Ah, saloperie, pardon. Faut que j'arrive à dégommer ces putains de bâtons de dynamite à la con. Pardon. Ça c'est ballot. Ils sont pas très regardants sur le... Oh merde. s'améliore à chaque fois, hein, évidemment, mais vous pouvez le lancer à condition d'avoir déverrouillé la compétence correspondante. Mais je n'ai pas déverrouillé la compétence correspondante parce que je n'avancerai pas dans cette... Ah, je crois que je...
I'm going all medieval on your ass.
So that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
A bounty hunter. Il manquait qu'une pépite, c'est ballot.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself.
John Wesley Hardin. Je sais pas combien il y a d'épisodes.
Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself. Je regarde juste vite fait combien il y a de chapitres. C'est pas dit. C'est pas dit. C'est pas grave. Ce sera la surprise. I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no different.
Still standing.
I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
I thought the Texas Rangers got Hardin.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. It was colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres.
On le suit au
The
cadavre.
very same saloon we're sitting in today.
Oh, nous trouvons.
Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me, and...
Ah.
Wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 men, fathers and husbands, brothers and sons, men with families who cared about them. He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Shit, it's cold out here. I'm freezing my giblets off.
Damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew, as most of them were wanted as well. I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that He was carousing in town with his closest friend.
Elle est où la pépite?
Arden's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's Head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcomed presence.
Non, raté. Je savais. Il m'a troublé.
Better 3 hours early than a minute too late.
Shoot that son of a bitch!
Va falloir que je me rate là.
Middle-ain't that sucker!
Faut pas que je me rate et qu'est-ce que je fais? Je me rate. Tu peux courir, tu ne peux pas te cacher. Je fais n'importe quoi.
Tell Harden someone's coming for him! Stop that sumbitch! Let the boys know we got another law dog.
I wondered if Bob was among them.
En fait, le truc d'indication de pépites, c'est pas ouf hein, non plus. En vrai. Ça tombe, il y en a une par là, tout au fond là. J'ai pas envie d'aller là-bas. Hein. Je sais pas si je peux rechoisir les niveaux, tu vois, pour pas refaire tout à chaque fois et de pas... Oh, je regarde. Là-haut, tu vois, tous les coups, il y en a un. Une, pardon. Bah ouais. C'est bon, faut être à côté pour le voir. Enfin, pour voir l'indice, le truc. C'est bon. Je regrette un peu d'avoir pris ce truc. C'est quoi ça?
And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better. Before I could test my mettle against Harden, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers. Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
God damn him!
Pas top, pas top. Pas top, pas top. Ah, c'est bien pour recharger comme ça. Enfin, on refait là, tout à l'heure. Ils sont un peu nuls ces flingues là.
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon. Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me.
Ok, ça c'était pas pareil. On fait des belles missions quand même.
In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
Oh, ça je veux pas. Tellement mourir.
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
Je vais mettre à peu près 15 ans pour faire ce duel, je pense. Tombeur de ces dames.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline, or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
Ah, raté.
No, wait! He didn't hit me then. I'm sure of it.
Le mec il bouge pas. On peut pas esquiver indéfiniment, je pense. J'ai rien compris. Ah, j'ai plus de balles. On peut tirer que 6 fois. Mais il a 2 flingues, lui, c'est pas du jeu. Oh là là. Ah oui. On voit les balles partir et tout, mais...
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him. That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
J'ai pas compris.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless Avenger took his life. Shot him in the back in a saloon, just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Ah, je pouvais juste éviter les tirs en fait. Ok.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
Pourtant, doit être la motivation de beaucoup de monde, hein.
A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven. Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death.
Bon, apparemment, il y a 14... Il y a 14 chapitres. Donc on est quasiment à la moitié. On est 5 sur 14. Donc on a fait un tiers. J'aurais dû m'arrêter. Attendez. Ouais, bah je vais faire ça. On va regarder. C'est un vrai gars, lui? Je suis à peu près alors je suis à peu près à un tiers du coup. J'ai fait 4 sur 14. Attends. Bah non, ce qu'il y a c'est si je fais 5, la moitié c'est 7. La moitié de 7 c'est 3,5. Ouais, bon bah je suis à peu plus... Voilà, je suis près ça, du coup je vais m'arrêter là. Ce qui est con c'est qu'on n'aura pas cinématique pour ça, mais c'est pas très grave. Et tiens, je vais revenir au menu. Je vais regarder un peu ce qu'il y a dans les autres trucs. Puis on reprendra la semaine prochaine. Je sais pas quand exactement. J'ai pas de planning pour le moment, à part juste le mardi soir. Petit stream de 45 minutes, 1 heure, on va dire, une demi-heure, 1 heure. À 17h. Peut-être qu'il y en aura un ce lundi aussi, on va voir. Et sinon, après ce sera un petit bonheur la chance, on va dire. Juste pour voir. Duel, c'est quoi? Je vais juste regarder ce que sont les autres modes, s'ils me proposent des trucs qu'ils me proposent en fait. Mais ah, je crois que j'étais pour remporter une série de duels loyalement et rapidement pour devenir disposé de 5 vies. Ah. Du coup, ce que je pensais qu'il m'aurait demandé de choisir les trucs. Je lui demande de faire loyalement, et moi loyalement j'y arrive pas. Non, laisse tomber. Je ferai ça plus tard. Et le mode arcade, c'est quoi? Comté de Lincoln. Ok, bon, bah je verrai ça ce que c'est plus tard. Moi, je vais vous souhaiter une bonne fin de week-end, une bonne fin de dimanche. Et je vous dis, on se retrouve du coup au plus tard mardi, voire sinon lundi. Et voilà. Pour si... Alors, faudra à un moment donné que je travaille mes fins et que je vous parle de choses, mais là pour le moment, c'est à moi de... Je vais te poser. C'est un peu fait à l'arrache. Je travaillerai tout ça plus tard. Bien, je pense. Je vais essayer. Et voilà. Bon, allez. Je regarderai ce que ça vaut sur le YouTube. Et si je la laisse ou pas. Si je la laisse pas, bah, je continuerai juste sur Twitch peut-être. Ça ferait un peu chier. Voilà. Bon. Et ben du coup, bonne fin de soirée. Bonne fin de week-end. Bon courage pour la semaine prochaine. Et je vous dis à la prochaine. Salut, salut.